ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਬੜੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਦਾ ਮੌਕਾ I can finally meet ਆਪਾਂ ਵੀ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਵਿਛੜਿਓ ਸਾਥੀ ਆ ਉਸ ਰਾਤ ਦੇ ਕਿਸਾਨਸ ਇਨ ਨੀਡ ਤੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੁਰਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਤੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਰਨੈਲ ਹੈਗੇ from Recognize One ਜੋ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਵਾਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਜਵਾਬ ਦੇਣ ਆਇਆ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸ਼ੋਅ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ welcome to your own show
thank you
Harjap. So in simple language how was it how's it been
Wow, it's been fantastic. You know, for the show itself, the heights that it reached, we didn't expect that at all. Our aim for the night was to hit 100,000 pounds.
When they said 100, ਮੈਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਕਿਹਾ ਨਾ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਹਰਜਾਪ ਫੰਡ ਰੇਜ਼ਰ ਕਰਨਾ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਚਲੋ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਲੱਖ ਪਾਉਂਡ ਇਕੱਠਾ ਕਰਨਾ ਮੈਂ ਫੋਨ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਬੜੇ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਬੜੇ ਗੰਭੀਰਤਾ ਨਾਲ ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਚ ਬੜਾ ਹੱਸਿਆ ਜੀ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਲੱਖ ਪਾਉਂਡ ਦੇ ਸੁਪਨੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹਨਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਲੱਖ ਪਾਉਂਡ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਕਿ 10-15 ਹਜ਼ਾਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਮਸੀ ਹੋਣਾ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਅੱਧੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਮੰਮੀ ਡੈਡੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਦੇ ਦੇਣਾ ਕਿ ਦੇਖੋ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਲਈ ਥੈਂਕਸ ਡੈਡੀ ਨੇ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਬਾਅਦ ਚ ਮੋੜ ਦਿਓ ਆਪਾਂ ਸ਼ੋਅ ਕਰਨਾ
But we did that in the first hour.
Amazing.
In the first hour, we hit 115,000 pounds.
I think you remember, Paji, in between, you know, the shots and everything, we was like, wow. You know, we're talking about feedback and how overwhelmed we were just during the show, let alone all the feedback we had as the show kept going on. We was there for 6 hours. So our phones were going
supposed to
crazy.
Be there for 3.
Yeah, 3 hours. We kept extending it.
Doubled up.
No, but it's a fantastic effort on your part, Harjap, to, you know, for 6 hours. So thank you very much. And all the feedback we've been getting is even the young kids that don't even understand Punjabi so well, they turned around and said, Harjap was fantastic on that night. You know?
Oh, there you go. Thank you very much.
And on that note, on the feedback, there's two parts of it. One, the donations, which it's a song that's, you know, it was them who, you know, contributed.
Yeah,
amazing. Absolutely. You know, it's unprecedented, I think. And there's a report that's come out, I think, in comparison to Children in Need 2020.
Hanji.
And in the figures, they're actually saying that on the basis of how much per donator was donating, it was actually 10.6 times more.
Wow.
So if we had the same coverage, we did this in 12 days, remember?
Yeah. If you had the same audience.
Same platform, more telephone lines. I think they raised 43.
Yeah.
I think the report says something like we could have done up to 121 million.
Wow.
So, you know, it's 43 million that Children Need made in 2020. But that shows when we come together as one, what we are capable of as a community. And I think that day we did come.
You just said about telephone lines. For the show, we set up 4 lines. We thought, what? Yeah, 4 jane ne kinna phone karoge hai na, kinne paise ikkathe hoye ne. And
pehle 10 minutes ji meltdown nahi hoge.
At the end of it, I think we had 20 volunteers on the lines.
Yeah.
And the people were waiting up to an hour to get through. You know, it was fantastic. And they were like, we've been waiting, we really want to donate.
But you said 6 hours. I think people were in the queues. And if we had left the telephone lines open, and we're talking 2-3 o'clock in the morning, the calls were still coming in and we could have gotten, you know, to that long. So the love, you know, the feedback, there's a lot of ways we can say, whether it be the money, the feedback, but the love we've got back from the audience has been absolutely immense, really overwhelming.
ਦੇਖੋ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵਧਾਈ ਦੇ ਪਾਤਰ ਆ definitely because ਅੱਜ ਤੱਕ I've never hosted a show like that. I've never seen a show like that on an Asian channel and I've never seen that much money raised. And ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਹੀ ਗਿਆ ਕਿ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੰਦਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਦਿੱਤਾ and ਰੂਹ ਨਾਲ ਦਿੱਤਾ and also it was I think people felt a lot about this issue ਜੋ ਕਿਸਾਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਹੈ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਲਾਗੂ ਹੁੰਦਾ and ਆਪਣੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ what we can do ਹੈ ਨਾ ਕਿ what can we do to help people and I think that in itself was amazing. I mean ਇੱਕ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ examples of feedback ਦਿੰਦਾ and I just want you to just give me your views on it. So the most common feedback was ਭਾਜੀ ਆਪਾਂ 3 generation ਬਹਿ ਕੇ show ਦੇਖਿਆ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
so ਮੇਰੇ ਮੰਮੀ ਡੈਡੀ ਨੇ ਮੈਂ ਵੀ and ਮੇਰੇ ਨਿਆਣਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਵੀ
Paji, I would say
and ਨਿਆਣੇ late ਸੁੱਤੇ and we let them allow stay the kids that supposed to go to sleep at 7
and they stayed up and the parents let them and they were there for 6 hours straight even.
I would say four generations really. My daughter in the morning preach, she said, Dad, why are the police hitting the babbe? So this is a 7-year-old saying. Then we got say our generation, then our parents' generation, then the Bazorg. We actually, you know, even that in terms of feedback, you know, money aside, and that we were, you know, the show
and connecting people.
Yeah, exactly,
you know,
and
connecting them to the movement. I think the timing was perfect, and people needed something to, to show their solidarity with the farmers.
I think visually as well, because when I look back at the show and the way it was produced, that was amazing.
Yeah.
So all the guys involved in the production, for me,
kudos
hats
team.
off.
We got Ish behind the cameras
Ish,
there.
Signature, the kudos team.
Absolutely brilliant.
It was amazing, and it was like a children in need sort of thing. When we first talked about it, I expected ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਪਤਾ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਹਰਜਾਪ ਨੂੰ ਮੂਹਰੇ ਬਿਠਾ ਕੇ ਹੱਥ ਜੋੜ ਕੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਹਰਜਾਪ ਹੁਣ ਤੂੰ ਮੰਗ 3 ਘੰਟੇ ਤੂੰ ਮੰਗ। ਮੈਂ ਸੋਚੀ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੀ ਯਾਰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਸ਼ਰਮ ਆਉਣੀ, ਮੈਂ 3 ਘੰਟੇ ਮੈਂ ਕਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੰਗਿਆ, ਹੁਣ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਮੂੰਹ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮੰਗਣਾ ਪੈਣਾ। Right? But actually the way it was done, I had no qualms about it and no regrets about it, and we were on our toes all the time.
I think the guests and the artists really help in that respect, because this issue, it's not about just charities getting involved or just the Punjabi community. It's everyone is feeling it. So what we managed to do that day is, some of the phone calls and Paji, you was involved in the interviews, and we was constant on the phone, like we said on the night. These people generally wanted to come on the show and talk about it because it's affecting everybody. So without luck, we said it on the show as well, the artists and the guests, a big thank you to you guys.
And सारे ने free
supporting us.
सारे ने free time
किसी ने कोई पैसा नहीं
No, nobody. So I know there's a lot of stuff running around. This happened or that happened or that rumor or that.
No, everyone
but
did it from their
everything
hearts.
is free saver from everybody.
Yeah.
Wow. So obviously you personally felt something about this issue, Hannah. That's why you did the whole Recognise One and you did the event. Now there's a lot of people at home who really want to get involved and who feel hard about this issue, feel strong about this issue.
Yeah.
What advice do you have to them as to how they can get involved?
So we got together and we put the show. Not everybody can do that. We understand that. But I'll give you an example local to here. Today we're in the Midlands, and you probably heard of Punjabi Villains football group, and they got themselves into the Sky Sports.
Yeah,
they got a news article in Sky Sports because they clubbed together. It's an Asian football group of lads. They raised £10,000 for Midland Langar Seva.
Wow,
and that's a way of connecting with the local community through a hobby like football.
Yeah.
And it's a way to educating others and getting it into the local news and raising the profile of the Kisan movement. And there's lots of ways that you can do that. You can do it individually through your own social media channels, or you can do it as a group collectively and try and raise that profile a little bit bigger. I don't know, maybe there's some knitting clubs, some BBI in Scotland. They could make the biggest Kisan flag. They could get themselves in the local Edinburgh news. That's gonna go on Google, and Google Baba's gonna help lift, farmers' protest hashtags.
Biggest Baba out there.
Biggest Baba out there. And just like Rihanna's tweet, Greta's tweet, we need to keep pushing all these buttons and try to get the mainstream media to keep highlighting this issue.
And on that note, people are using their skill set to do that. So whether it be an artist, it's with their paintings, and there's a lot of pages out there, and you see great how they're visualizing the Kisan movement in their artists, or through poems, etc. You have to use your skill set.
So I've seen there's a girl who's made face masks for Kisans. There's guys who've made hoodies, t-shirts, which we've all seen, and they're donating all the proceeds to charity. And of course these people are donating, it's to commercialize something is something else, but to see proceeds to charity, then and there's a lot of stuff that people can do. But ek cheez tusi remember karo, dekho ਤੁਹਾਡੀ social media ਜੋ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਆ, it's your voice. No one can take that voice away from you apart from the guys who own it, but you have a right to say what you want. If someone doesn't agree with you, they don't have to follow you, they don't have to retweet you, they don't have to like your post. But if they don't like your comments, then you can always block them. But it doesn't mean they stifle your voice. So use your voice in any way you can, whether it's through the local paper, whether it's through Twitter, whether it's through Instagram, whether it's through Facebook, Snapchat, however what you lot do these days. So you can use your voice, and if you feel something strongly about something, then use your voice. It doesn't matter. My voice is small, or I need a bigger voice.
Every voice counts. I got in touch with I'll give you another example. So personal example, with the head teacher of the school where my children go. And I educated him a little bit, sent him some links of BBC articles, reputable websites, to tell him about the farmers movement. Did you know that this is happening on the other side of the world, the biggest peaceful protest, ever? And he looked into it and he set up an assembly. So while these schools have been remote learning, one of the assembly sessions for the whole school, he sent out a newsletter. He got everyone to dress in yellow and green, and then he told them a little bit of history about why the farmers are protesting, kept it unbiased. And so that's just, so my email to him has reached to how many children, how many families who are going to talk about it, and it's going to spread, so that one voice can make such a huge difference. That's the way people need to look at it.
Definitely. We can talk about the big artists. Gunnar Rabaji's just released a song, Voice of the People. Jazz Tami in the UK just released a song.
Powerful song.
And they have got the platform, but us as individuals, like Gurpreet just said, we can use our own voices just to educate 5-10 friends of ours. Imagine that. 5-10 people. It doesn't have to be Apne. It could be, other religions.
Could be anyone.
It's
important to educate others, in fact, rather than ourselves.
No, but a lot of Gore have said this about Sikhs in general now. I'm saying we're Punjabis, but they say Sikhi is like the best kept secret in the world, right? Because we never shout or sing or dance about it, really. But this is a movement. It's not even religion related. This affects everyone.
It's just farmers. Farmers will say the government.
Yes, exactly. And we've got our roots from there, and we're connected. We feel connected with them, and we need to help them. We need to raise our voices.
Wow. So, I mean, appa jo kita hai na. Now the eyes are on you lot to make sure that one, you do what you say. So all the proceeds go to where they are. And we've had a chat with Sukhdeep today. And all weekend he said, look, he's given reassurances. But so what are you lot going to do? Because you're the face of Recognise One, and you're the ones who set the whole thing up. So how are you going to ensure that there's transparency? How are you going to make sure the money reaches where it's supposed to say? Because paise katthe ta kar le.
I said on the show
but
that
now
day.
It's like the morning after the show, we felt, all of us on Recognise One team, a huge weight on our shoulders.
That's right.
A huge, and it's still on our shoulders, and we can feel that pressure.
389,000 times it's on your shoulders.
Exactly. So, it's huge. And every single penny of that, like Sukhi was talking about, we're vetting. We don't want to waste a penny of it or a rupiah of it. And it's got to go to the right places. Some people have said, we're okay. Sade Burzog, they've passed away. It's okay, But there's other families that have been gravely affected where the breadwinner's gone, or it was an accidental death, and where we can support via a pension, or we can support via paying for someone's education, etc.
School,
so we're going to personally be going out there, and Harjap, you're more than welcome.
No, मैं तो आना ही है. Right. So मैं पहला थोड़े नाल जाना, and make sure you give the money out. फिर मैं कुछ महीने बाद secret mission में करनी है, छापा मारना, and make sure कि इतना नहीं कि तुसी दिखा के पैसे मुड़.
But you've seen in other people the way they can do things. We can go out and give a check. That's so simple. We're going to do it differently. Like Sukhbaji touched on earlier, we are vetting the families. We're going to make sure it goes to the part which is needed. And we said this before. This money is not your money. Recognizes One's money, MLS's money.
Definitely it's my money, mate.
It's a Sanghat's money. So we want to show you the full circle, the full journey, starting from concerns and need, how we're planning on doing it, which we touched upon already, and then the final part, showing your money go out to India and donate to those families.
We'll be showing that next week.
Oh wow! So you're going to be starting doing that.
So we're going to start. So for the last 4 weeks, we've been vetting. We've got the investigation team out there. We've got the project files, for each individual family. And this week, we're hoping to be able to start helping families get that recorded, documented, to show the Sanghat here next week.
So we've got this show now for 12 weeks. What are we going to do with it? Why are we doing a show for 12 weeks?
So you know what? I think what we did, we raised the caliber of content that we're putting out. Like Sikh Channel, credit to them, they gave us that slot, and they're giving us a weekly slot now. And we want to shake or rock the boat a little and try to bring subjects to the fore which probably don't get talked about on these Punjabi Desi channels, and look at issues that we can project in a way that all 3 generations or 4 generations of the family can sit down and watch together and know that Recognise One's show on, and it's going to be educational.
It's a family show. We're going to get
family show.
Well, that's as
we're going to learn something from it.
Exactly what Gurpreet just said there. I think now it's the time. These shows have been touched on maybe, but luck on the show that day, we had Saving Punjab. We had Rahmat on there.
That's right.
We have these people, and we want to continue giving them that platform because they're subject experts basically in their fields. So this ain't, like I said, just about recognize one and everything. We want to get these people, collaborate with them.
Yeah.
Like you touched on our email address, and people, you know, our benti is to the audience out there. If you've got some ideas or you want to collaborate with us, please do get in contact, because these shows are your shows. So, you know, the feedback that we get, we are going to, put that back out in terms of content.
Like Gurpreet from Saving Punjab.
Yeah.
He said, I've been shouting, ranting and raving about this for the last 2, 3, 4 years on my Instagram.
Yeah.
But
no one wants to know.
now,
I had a chat with Harjap for 8 minutes.
Yeah, and it's just blown up for
one
him.
show, and it's all blown up.
Exactly, but you might have been at home twiddling your thumbs looking at Saving Punjab's feed, right? But you never sat down and shared that with your parents.
Yeah.
But now we've changed that platform.
Yeah.
And we're connecting the dots between those generations and the content creators and the people that are bringing you that knowledge and fact base. And that's what Recognize One, this media platform, is all about. Is, you know, we need to shake it up a bit, and we need to showcase all of this amazing seva that's being done by all these people all around the world, and bring it to your TV screen, because it's easy, isn't it? Flick the channel and tune into the Sikh channel or whatever, and you can see it there, rather than having to dig for it. Your parents are never going to go learn how to use Instagram, right? It's not going to happen.
Let's hope not.
You never know. You never put anything past them, but
I ain't ever my dad sending me friend requests. So, guys, thank you very much. Ayan gave us a bit more clarification. We will bring you weekly shows on the topics that need to be discussed. Appa show leke avange har hafte ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲਈ family shows ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਪਾਂ 3-4 ਪੀੜ੍ਹੀਆਂ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਬਹਿ ਕੇ ਦੇਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਇਹ ਸ਼ੋਆਂ ਦਾ ਫਾਇਦਾ ਇਹੀ ਹੈ, ਇਹ ਸ਼ੋਆਂ ਦਾ ਮਕਸਦ ਇਹੀ ਹੈ that you can sit and discuss matters, and also show ਦੇਖਣ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਭੁੱਲ ਜਾਓ, ਪਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ। Also the point of these shows is ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਜਾਈਏ who are experts in their field, ਹੈ ਨਾ। ਹੁਣ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਅਕਸਰ ਆਪਣੇ ਚੈਨਲਾਂ 'ਤੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਦੇਖੀਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਗੱਲ ਕੁਛ ਹੋਰ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ, and the people talking about it aren't necessarily experts in their field. We'll try and bring you experts in the field ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲੋਕ ਆਪਣੇ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਦੱਸੂਗੇ, ਜਿਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਇਹ ਏਰੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। So hopefully we'll do that. You can more than welcome to follow Recognize One on YouTube, Instagram, and ਬਾਕੀ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਸੋਸ਼ਲ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਤੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ। Recognize One ਦਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਛਾਣ ਲਓਗੇ ਲੋਗੋ, ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਛਾਣ ਲਓਗੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਲਿੱਕ ਕਰੋ, ਲਾਈਕ ਕਰੋ, ਫੋਲੋ ਕਰੋ, ਸਬਸਕ੍ਰਾਈਬ ਕਰੋ, ਡੂ ਵਾਟ ਯੂ ਡੂ ਟੂ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਿਆਰ ਨਾਲ ਨਾ ਬਾਕੀ ਐਕਟਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲਾਈਕ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਭੰਗੜਾ ਆਰਟਿਸਟ ਨੂੰ ਲਾਈਕ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਮਾੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਕਲਿੱਕ ਮਾਰ ਦਿਆ ਕਰੋ।
But like you said, that's a way we can carry on supporting. Yeah.
So ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ please ਕਰੋ। We from Birmingham today shooting Samson's
Palace. We've got to get some shout outs as well.
Palace ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਕਹਿ ਦਈਏ, and also ਸਾਡੀ ਟੀਮ at Singh ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਕਹਿ ਦਈਏ, ਹੈਰੀ ਐਂਡ ਇਸ਼ ਨੂੰ, ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ। ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਰਸੋਈ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਖਾਣਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ,
ਰੋਟੀ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਉਣਗੇ,
ਉਹ ਹਰ ਹਫਤੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਖਿਲਾਊਗੇ, so thank you very much. Actually, we should have thanked them first because rationale are important. So for today, ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਜੋ ਇਸ ਵੀਕ ਦਾ ਸ਼ੋਅ ਇਹੀ ਸੀਗਾ।
LED ਵਾਲੇ ਵੀ UV LED ਹੈ ਨਾ।
Taj ਹੋਣੀ, so Taj UVD ਲੈ ਸਾਰੀ ਲੰਬਰਦਾਰੀ ਤੋਂ ਰਹੀ ਆ, ਉਹ ਤੋਂ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਟੀਵੀ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣਾ ਸੀ। ਔਰ ਬਹੁਤ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ।
We got big top marquee cash.
ਅੱਛਾ ਲੈ ਤਾਂ
as well.
ਕੋਈ ਰਹਿ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਗਿਆ?
ਨਹੀਂ
ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਪਿੰਡ ਦੇ ਜੇ ਹੋਰ 3-4 ਬੰਦੇ ਦੱਸ ਦਿਓ, ਹੁਣ ਤਾਂ 2 ਹੀ ਰਹਿ ਗਏ। So thank you very much, and above all thank you ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਸਾਡਾ ਸ਼ੋਅ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਆ, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇੰਨੀ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕੀਤੀ ਆ, ਐਂਡ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਉਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ that we can produce more shows. ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਦੇਖਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਡਾ ਚਿੱਤ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ to produce shows. So ਸਾਡੇ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ। ਸਾਡੇ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਹਫ਼ਤੇ ਲਈ ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ।
ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ।